Logical morning. Welcome to Vidhigya presents the Hindu newspaper analysis. Today's session will have following segments. First, overview of today's newspaper. Second, must-know topics and explanation. Third, quiz time with 5 important questions. So starting with the first segment, that is overview of today's newspaper. So here, in today's newspaper, most of the articles are related to UP elections, or you can say all the elections in the 5 states. So the two important articles that I'll go directly is the first is decide on the pregnancy of 10-year-old. Kerala High Court says. So in this, we will discuss about medical termination of pregnancy. And then the another article that is important here is about this one. That is Kundakulam Panchayat adopts a resolution against AFR. So it is what is important here is about nuclear power plant and nuclear reactor. So this we will discuss. So these are the two important articles, because as you can see, the editorial page is full with the UP election or Goa election, Punjab election and all. And most of the newspaper is filled with the election, which is not important for your examination. Now we will see if there are another important articles. So this is Russia-Ukraine crisis. We have discussed almost everything related to Russia-Ukraine crisis. If any new thing happens or new event that takes place, for example, any treaty or an agreement between Russia-Ukraine, then we'll discuss that. So this is a Doval calls for maritime cooperation. So Ajit Doval, the national security advisor, met with the same level officer of Maldives, Sri Lanka and Mauritius to discuss maritime cooperation, maritime security. Iran won't accept curbs on its defensive power. So we have discussed about Iran's nuclear deal. However, there is new talk, that is Vienna talk is going on for Iran's nuclear deal. So whenever this talk will conclude, we'll discuss that. What are the new provisions, whether Iran has agreed or and US has removed the sanction or not. So we'll discuss when the talks conclude. So this article, this whole newspaper is about the inflation that is related to how Russia-Ukraine crisis will affect that. So here, this article only in general, I'll tell you that what happens that Ukraine and Russia. So these two are the major importance, one of the major importance of India's tea and coffee. So India's tea and coffee sector will be affected because of this crisis. However, Ukraine is major exporter of wheat. So now India gets an opportunity to export its wheat. So that is one thing. Also, India imports huge quantity of urea. You can say urea fertilizer from Ukraine and Russia. And because of the crisis, because of the sanctions on Russia, it will be difficult. So India has to see another option to import urea for its farmers. And since oil, because Russia is also a major importer of oil, and overall the oil industry is affected because of the crisis. So the prices of oil will increase, which then we will see the prices of different food articles or different items will increase, and that will lead to inflation. So that is important. So also India imports majority of its oil from different countries. For example, Iran also imports from Russia. So because of the oil crisis, India's energy security can also be hampered. Therefore, India need to shift to renewable energy as soon as possible. So for that we have discussed about the Panchamitra, or you can see the national determined contribution that India has there, that India has said that by 2030 we will achieve these targets. So India is currently working on the shift from the fossil fuel based energy to the renewable energy. However, this will take some time. So now we'll discuss the two important articles that are in today's newspaper. So the first one is about nuclear power plants. So nuclear power plants. So you have to remember nuclear power plants, and then there are nuclear reactors within the nuclear power plant. So India has 7 nuclear power plants and 22 nuclear reactors. And nuclear energy is the fourth largest energy in India after thermal, hydroelectric, and renewable energy. So this is, you have to remember. Presently, 22 nuclear power reactors operating in 7 states in different nuclear power plants. So Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, based in Mumbai, is a government-owned corporation of India that is responsible for. So which corporation is important? Nuclear Power Corporation of India, responsible for nuclear power generation, and it is administered by Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India. So this is the basic information. You have to remember that 22 nuclear reactor, 7 nuclear power plant, NPCIL is important, and then Department of Atomic Energy. So these is the factual information. Now here we will see 5, 6, 7. So the oldest one you can see here is Tarapur, that is in 1969, and the newest one is Kundakulam, that is in 2030. So first one, that is Kakrapar, is in Gujarat, Kalpakkam or Madras in Tamil Nadu, Narora in Uttar Pradesh, Kaiga in Karnataka, Rajasthan, or you can say in Rajasthan or Rawatbhatta in Rajasthan, then Tarapur in Maharashtra, and Kundakulam then again in Tamil Nadu. So there are 7 nuclear power plants operating in 6 states. Sorry, it's mentioned here 7 states, but it's 6 states because the 2, that is Kalpakkam or you can say Kundakulam, both are in Tamil Nadu. So, and the biggest, or you can say power plant having the largest capacity is Kundakulam, that has 2000 megawatt capacity. So this is, you have to remember the factual information that we have discussed. 7 nuclear power plant, 22 nuclear reactor, and then oldest one is Tarapur in Maharashtra, newest in Kundakulam in Tamil Nadu. Now the second article is decide on pregnancy of 10-year-old, Kerala High Court says. So here the bill promotes, so this is a new bill, Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Bill 2021 provision. So the bill permits abortion to be allowed up to 20 weeks on the opinion of just one medical practitioner. To terminate pregnancy between 20 to 24 weeks, the opinion of 2 doctors are required. This extension of gestation period up to 24 weeks given for special categories of women such as rape or incest victim, differently abled women and minor. So now we'll discuss that. So in a chart we will discuss that, the difference. So it's a 1971 and 2021. Also, for medical abortions beyond 24 weeks, state level medical board will decide in cases of substantial fetal abnormality. So in cases where abortion are desired to terminate pregnancy arising out of rape, where the gestation period exceeds 24 weeks, the only manner would be through a writ petition. So now we'll discuss how. So earlier, before 12 weeks, opinion of one medical practitioner was required. Between 12 to 20 weeks, opinion of two registered medical practitioners was required. So now in this new bill, between 12 to 20 weeks of one, and between 20 to 24, beyond 20 weeks to 24 weeks two. However, this is only for a special category of women, and these are such as disabled, minors, or you can say victims of incest or rape. So in that case, so there is one more. In this, there was nothing beyond 20, and only through court you can go and terminate pregnancy if the court order. So now what happens in case of, so here we said that in case of 24 weeks, beyond 24, between 20 to 24 weeks too, and beyond 24 weeks, the opinion of state medical board in case of substantial fetal abnormality. So what happens if the gestation period is beyond 24 weeks, but there is no substantial fetal abnormality, but the person is a victim of rape? So in that case, the person can approach to court, and through writ petition, and the court can direct. So this is important that you have to remember the difference between two. So we have discussed that. Now we'll discuss the important questions. Question number 1, where is the largest nuclear power plant in India? Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka. So we have discussed just now. So the correct option is Tamil Nadu. Question number 2, opinion of 2 doctors required for terminating pregnancy between the period, fill in the blanks as per 2020 amendment bill. Your option 2021, your option 20-24 weeks, 5 to 10 weeks, 12 to 20 weeks, none of the above. The correct option is 20 to 24 weeks. Question number 3, when was the first nuclear power plant India set up? Your option are 79, 1989, 1975, 1969. Question 4 is, answer is this, 1969. Question number 4, the Rajasthan Atomic Power Station located in which city? Jaipur, Jaisalmer, Kota, Rawatbhatta. The correct option is Rawatbhatta. Question number 5, is the oldest or first nuclear reactor in India designed by Bar? So it says nuclear reactor, not nuclear power plant. So your options are Vidarbha, Apsara, Narora, Rawatbhatta. Anyone knows? So the correct option here is Apsara. So it was designed in 1956. So you might have seen this boys, this new show called Rocket Boys, where you will get to know about this nuclear reactor, that is Apsara. So that is all for this session. Stay logical with Vidhigya, your best pal in CLAT Preps.